200 amp service panel upgrade DIY. I just failed my inspection. And one reason I failed was because of right up here. Up in this top screw on this grounding bus, you'll see two copper wires that go under that top screw. Both those wires are 12 gauge wires, so they can share the same screw. What I was doing was I would pair a 12 and a 14 wire together, or a 10 gauge wire and a 14 gauge wire. So I would have two grounding wires under the same screw that were of different sizes. That's not okay. So when you put two grounding wires under one screw, those wires have to be the same thickness or the same diameter. If one's really big, like the size of a basketball, and the other one's really small, like the size of a baseball, you're going to get clamping on the basketball size wire, but not necessarily on the baseball size wire. And we want a secure connection there. So that rule actually makes sense to me. So you would not pair this 10 gauge wire with this 14 gauge wire under the same screw, because then the 10 gauge wire would be firm, but the 14 gauge wire right here could slip out. So in that case, put them under two different screws. So this has been fixed now. Those are two 12 gauge wires under the same screw. And over here, there's two more 12 gauge wires under the same screw. And up here, up top here, those are two 14 gauge wires under the same screw. And these are two 12 gauge wires under the same screw. So birds of a feather flock together. Hope that helps, folks.